Hello everyone, my name is Christian, welcome to my hobby blog. Today, Criterion has released or unveiled the January 2022 releases, and I'm very excited. There's lots of great picks here. Some I don't know anything about, others I know a little more about, but let's see what we have here. So the first one is the Celebration, which everyone is kind of freaking out about right now. I don't know about that. I don't know about that cover. That looks odd. That is totally clear and it just has that. But obviously this is the Celebration by Thomas Vinterberg. I don't know anything about this. But I do know about the Danish Dogma 95, which is where, it was like 95 filmmakers came together to make 95 movies or something like that. And this must be one of them. So let's just read from the description. The Danish Dogma 95 movement that struck world cinema like a thunderbolt began with the Celebration, the international breakthrough by Thomas Vinterberg, a lacerating chamber drama that uses the economic and aesthetic freedoms of digital video to achieve annihilating emotional intensity. So what the movie is about is, on a wealthy man's 60th birthday, a sprawling group of family and friends convenes at his country estate for a celebration that soon spirals into bedlam, as bombshell revelations threaten to tear away the veneer of bourgeois respectability. Okay, I just realized my camera isn't being shown. Oh well. Respectability and expose the traumas roiling beneath. The dynamic handheld camera work, grainy natural lighting, cacophonous diegetic sound, and raw performance style that would become Dogma hallmarks enhance the shattering visceral impact of this caustic indictment of patriarchal failings, which swings between blackest comedy and bleakest tragedy as it turns the sick soul of a family inside out. Sounds cool. I don't really know personally if that's a movie that interests me. I feel as if I'm going to have to wait for other people to kind of talk about what this movie is. I've seen a lot of excitement around this, so it must be really good. But I think when it comes out, I'll rethink whether I want to watch it or not. So what it comes with is a 2K digital restoration approved by the director, which is always nice. Audio commentary from 2005. Featuring Vinterberg, a new interview, 2 early short films by Vinterberg, which is always fun. The Purified, a 2002 documentary about Dogma 95. So, it stars Lars von Trier, who I have feelings about, not positive ones, but that'd be interesting to see his take on this film movement. A program in which Vinterberg discusses the real-life inspiration for the film. Documentaries featuring members of the cast and crew of the film's premiere in Copenhagen and reflecting back on the production. ADM: DOP, a 2003 documentary profile of cinematographer Anthony Dodd Mantle. Some deleted scenes with optional audio commentary by the director, and an essay by critic and author Michael Kureski. So, this is not a 4K, so, I mean, it's a digital movie. They're shooting on camera, or on digital, so, I mean, thankfully they're not doing 4K. They can put those resources towards other things that actually need it. It comes in 2 discs, which is good. And its base price is $40, which is fine. But it comes out on January 11th. So next year, there's spine number 1108. So that's the first title. Let's move on to this one, titled Time by Garrett Bradley. I've never heard of this. It is from last year, so we'll see what this is. But this is another Blu-ray, but it also comes with a DVD. Well, not comes with, but you know, it can also be bought on DVD. So that's cool, I guess, for libraries. But I'm going to read the description here. What does the rate of time's passage feel like for a family caught in the jaws of a brutal carceral system? Both a breathtaking cinematic love story and a bruising indictment of American injustice, the Academy Award-nominated feature documentary debut of Garrett Bradley traces a decades-long quest of Sybil Fox Richardson, an indefatigable mother of 6, and a fiercely outspoken prison abolitionist, to free her husband from the Louisiana. Why is this doing this? Don't show the message. Louisiana State Penitentiary, where he is serving a 60-year sentence for robbery, gracefully interweaving 20 years' worth of Richardson's own intimate home movies with luminously expressive monochrome footage of her present-day joys and struggles. Bradley crafts in time a transcendently poetic, soul-shaking look at the devastating toll of mass incarceration and one family's extraordinary efforts to stay whole. So this is a documentary, which is cool. They not very rarely do documentaries. Usually they attach documentaries to Criterion releases, but it's nice that they're releasing a documentary on its own. So, again, it comes out on January 18th. A Blu-ray edition and a DVD edition is spine number 1109. So this hasn't been released previously. So this is a new 4K digital master with 5.1 surround sound DTS HD master audio for the Blu-ray. There's a new audio commentary featuring the director Garrett Bradley, a new interview with Time subjects Sybil Fox and Robert Richardson, new conversation between Bradley and a critic named Hilton Als. Comes with Alone from 2017, which is a short documentary by Bradley, with optional 2021 commentary by the film subject, Alone Watts. I guess that's how you say it. Comes with trailer, all that, and an essay by critic Dorian St. Felix. So, that cover I like a little more. I'm not sure what the subject is. Maybe time being not a linear type of thing. I don't know. But this sounds interesting. Again, I'm probably going to wait to see what people think of it. There's not a lot of supplements on this, although it does touch the bare minimum of what I believe is a good Criterion release: a audio commentary, interviews, conversations, and then supplemental material such as like a short documentary or a short film or behind the scenes. So that's Time from 2020. So moving on to the next one, which is one that has already been released in the Criterion collection. So it is coming on 4K and Blu-ray combo now. So the MSRP is $50. It's at $40 right now on the site. Don't pay that much. Wait for the Barnes & Noble sale. That's coming in a few weeks. And then buy it there. Future proof, yeah, collection. Don't buy the Blu-ray DVD combo. Buy the 4K Blu-ray. So this is spine number 711. So it's been around, not forever, but it's also been around a while. So this is really nice that they're bumping this up, because the Beatles is very, I guess loved. the Beatles is definitely one of the biggest bands of all time. So this is really good for Beatles fans out there. I'm not really a fan of them. Nothing negative against them. I just never felt, like I liked the music. But this is a documentary all about the Beatles, so I'm just going to read it here. Meet the Beatles. Just 1 month after they explode onto the US scene with the Ed Sullivan Show appearance, John, Paul, George, and Ringo began working on a project that would bring the revolutionary talent to the big screen. This film, in which the bandmates play slapstick versions of themselves, captured the astonishing moment when they officially became the singular, irreverent idols of their generation and changed music forever. Directed with raucous Anything Goes verve by Richard Lester, who did The Knack and How to Get It, and featuring a slew of iconic pop anthems, including the title track, Can't Buy Me Love, I Should Have Known Better, and If I Fell, A Hard Day's Night, which reconceived the movie musical and exerted an incalculable influence on the music video, is one of the most deliriously entertaining movies of all time. So that's what A Hard Day's Night is with the Beatles. It is spine number 711. Let's see what's new. I'm not going to go through old special features, but so there's a new 4K digital restoration, which is good. So I'm just reading here on my own, seeing if it looks like it's really not unchanged in terms of special features, which is another thing that I'm kind of just not okay with. Because to me, like when Mulholland Drive was announced on 4K way back there a few months ago, that was one of the main issues I had with it, is that there were no special features that were coming to Mulholland Drive. It's just a new restoration, which is great, but I'm going to keep my Blu-ray, which I haven't even opened yet. So for those who already own this, it's really up to you whether you want the 4K or not. But for me, with how expensive the 4Ks are, I think if I already had this, I would keep my Blu-ray copy. But I haven't seen A Hard Day's Night, so I can't really speak to whether this is good or not. But it's the Beatles, so if you're a fan of the Beatles, this is probably a must-own. So that is A Hard Day's Night from 1964, spine number 711. So this is an upgrade of a previous title, as I said earlier. So next is one that I've never heard of. Again, a lot of these I very rarely ever hear about. But it looks to be another documentary, which is interesting, about someone's personal, like someone they know in real life. So this movie is called Dick Johnson is Dead by Kirsten Johnson. So definitely the daughter of who the film subject is on. This playful, profound, and immensely moving docu-fantasia by Kirsten Johnson is a valentine to the director's beloved father, Dick Johnson, made as she has begun to face the reality of losing him to dementia. Using the language of cinema, both to defy death and to confront it head-on, Johnson mischievously envisions an array of ways in which the man she loves most in the world might die, staging a series of alternately darkly comic and colorfully imaginative tableaux interwoven with raw verite footage capturing the pair's tender but increasingly fragile bond. Tackling taboo questions of aging, mortality, and grief With subversive humor and surprising grace, Dick Johnson is Dead is ultimately a triumphant celebration of life and of the gentle, funny, unforgettable man at its center. Long live Dick Johnson. So, again, it's another documentary. It's from last year in 2020. I don't really like that cover. It looks a little like like Jim Gaffigan's King Baby cover of his like stand-up. But let's look at the features here. It's a new 2K digital restoration with 5.1 surround sound. A new audio commentary featuring Johnson, co-writer and editor Nels Bangerter, and documentary sound recordist Judy Kopp. A new conversation among Johnson and her fellow producers Katie Schiavone and Marilyn Ness and co-producer Maureen A. Ryan. New interview with sound designer Pete Horner. New program featuring Johnson in conversation with fellow filmmakers about redefining what a documentary can be. And an essay by So Mayo. So, this is spine number 1111. So, that's Dick Johnson is Dead. I don't really have any feelings towards this. I'm happy that these people are getting the documentaries in the Criterion collection and raising awareness about, these people, but there are a lot of classic films that need to be released. So when I see this, I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. Just knowing I'll probably never watch it. So, and it sounds really depressing too. So I know dealing with family who have dementia is not the best. So let's go on to the next one and the final one, which I personally am very excited for. So this is The Piano by Jane Campion, who this is spine number 1110, so they kind of got mixed up. I guess they come out same day, yeah. So this is a 4K Blu-ray combo with no DVD options, so hopefully you own a Blu-ray player. But this is from 1993, and I'll read the description now. With this sublimely staring fable of desire and creativity, Jane Campion became the first woman to win a Palme d'Or at Cannes. Holly Hunter is achingly eloquent through silence in her Academy Award-winning performance as Ada, an electively mute Scottish woman who expresses her innermost feelings through her beloved piano. When an arranged marriage brings Ada and her spirited daughter, played by Anna Paquin, in her Oscar-winning debut, to the wilderness of 19th century New Zealand, she finds herself locked in a battle of wills with both her ineffectual husband, played by Sam Neill, and a rugged frontiersman, Harvey Keitel, to whom she develops a forbidden attraction. With its sinuously moody cinematography, dramatic coastal landscapes, and sweeping score, this uniquely timeless evocation of a woman's inner awakening is an intoxicating sensory experience that burns with the twin fires of music and erotic passion. So the reason why I'm so excited for this is not only because of how awesome this cover art is, but because it has Sam Neill in it, who I'm a huge fan of, and I did not know that he was in this movie at all. But I think this is the first movie that stars Sam Neill that's in the collection. So it's really nice to see him finally enter the Criterion collection. It's nice to see that a historical landmark film is in the collection now. The first woman to win a Palme d'Or at Cannes for directing, and I guess for actress or supporting actress. So that's really good. New Zealand, love New Zealand, is a music featuring movie, so that's really good. But let's look at the special features. So it's one 4K disc of the movie and then a Blu-ray with the movie and the special features. So continuing that trend. New conversation between Campion and film critic Amy Tarvin. New interviews with Dryberg and production designer Andrew McAlpine. Interview with actor Holly Hunter on working with Campion. The Piano at 25, a program featuring conversation between Campion and producer Jan Chapman. Excerpts from an interview with costume designer Janet Patterson. Water Diary, a 2006 short film. And an essay by Common Gray. So, again, this one's a pretty good stacked release. I really like that cover art. So, I am personally interested in this. This is probably my most anticipated title. Again, because of Sam Neill, New Zealand, the cover, all that. But this is a really good month with these two titles, for the Beatles and the Piano. But the other... So the documentaries I don't really have any interest in. Time and Dick Johnson is Dead. But the Celebration I'm curious about, because that is Danish Dogma 95 movement film, which I've always been curious about, and I've always just wondered about. I don't know anything about it. I think it's the when a bunch of filmmakers came together to make a lot of movies using shot on video when it first became available, but I don't know for sure. So there is a essay, seems like, on the cover, which is getting kind of covered up, so I'm not going to try to read it, but it seems like they have a whole essay talking about it, which I think I talked about. Yeah, okay, there's a documentary about them, so interesting. So I think that's it. Not many movies I'm interested in. It's the Piano and the Beatles that are really the standouts. The Celebration I'm curious about, but I think I'll see what people think. So, thank you all for watching.